Welcome back. Reporter panel time. Let me introduce you. Oriana González, politics reporter for NOTUS. Remember, that's News of the U.S. Julia Manchester, White House correspondent for The Hill. Oriana, let's start with you. Ruben Gallego, very busy inbox today. Inbox from the Senate Ethics Committee on a bipartisan basis. You're cleared. We found nothing. Also in the inbox right thereafter, Justice Department, you're under investigation, or some sense that there is a pending investigation. Pick it up from there.
Just a couple of hours after he thought he was in the clear, they made a statement saying that the claims that have been made against him were essentially an attack from the Trump administration, and then from his MAGA Republicans in Congress. And then cut to, again, a couple hours later, the Justice Department is investigating him. So as you said, it is a very busy day for Ruben Gallego. It comes off also after I reported that Gallego's top campaign lawyer created this nonprofit organization quietly. And the reason why this matters is because nonprofits are held to very strict campaign finance rules that don't allow them to coordinate with campaigns. So this kind of adds to all the conversation and discussion around how Senator Gallego is dealing with campaign money and his spending patterns, all of which, to be honest, could impact his potential desire to run for president in 2028.
Because he keeps showing up in places like Iowa, New Hampshire, hasn't been to South Carolina, I don't think, but he's been around to some of these other places, and he's getting some attention there. We mentioned this before we went to break. Bernie Sanders endorsed Ed Markey, 79 years old, seeking another term, running against Seth Moulton. This is a Democrat-on-Democrat primary. Members of Congress, prominent people in Washington. Bernie Sanders not going for the younger option in this particular case.
Yeah, it's interesting because I covered Ed Markey's primary against former Congressman Joe Kennedy in 2020. And at the same time, similarly, you saw Kennedy sort of positioning himself as the younger candidate, but Markey had such a grip on the progressive base in Massachusetts and even younger voters in Massachusetts. He really is.
He kind of beat that back pretty easily against Joe Kennedy.
Exactly.
When a lot of people initially thought that was going to be a race.
Very easily. Yes. So Sanders, I think it's no surprise that he's backing Markey here. I think Markey is certainly the safe bet. He's, a strong incumbent in Massachusetts. But, there is this question, I think, about generations and how they're playing in some of these primaries.
So the president spent time over the weekend and a little bit last week talking about communist. He doesn't necessarily say it about Zoran Mamdani, but he says that about those that he endorsed who won in some of the Democratic primaries last week. The New York mayor was on ABC yesterday and addressed that. Let's play it.
That's great, but what's a party if not its voters? And I'm proud to sit in front of you as the mayor of our city, having received more than 1 million votes a little less than a year ago. And when we're talking about these incredible congressional candidates, they won their races, and they won their races with a vision of what politics should be, and one that actually speaks to working people.
So is it pragmatic democratic socialism?
I think democratic socialism at the heart is pragmatic, because if we cannot deliver for working people, then what is this for? I'm not interested in writing a manifesto or, frankly, in reading one. I'm interested in delivering, and that's exactly what we've been showing.
No manifestos here, Oriana. This is going to be a topic throughout the midterms, because Republicans are going to use Mamdani and those like him as sort of poster children of the new Democratic Party.
Oh, 100%. And we're continuing to see these challenges from progressives in other states. I mean, tomorrow is Colorado's primary. And we have
2 or 3 races to watch very closely there.
In the House, in the Senate, and for governors.
Race, yes.
Like all these branches essentially are getting these challenges for progressives, all of which want to see a repeat of what happened in New York. And of course, Republicans are going to take that as an advantage to paint the Democratic Party as a whole, the Democrats in Congress, as too far left, because they understand that it can help them with their base.
And Julia, as captives of this radical left.
Yeah, absolutely. And look,
Trump will lead that.
He's already leading that. I think his comments at the Faith and Freedom Coalition speaking to conservatives on Friday was him dictating that messaging, not only to Republicans across the board, but maybe even vulnerable Republicans in terms of how they message at a time when the economy is not going the way the Trump administration perhaps wants it to go. But talking to Democrats about this, they say, look, this is the only thing they have right now. They're grasping at straws.
Meaning Republicans.
Yes. So this is what they're referring to. I'm a little skeptical as to whether this works in swing districts with moderate Democrats. But, we'll see. It seems like it's something that President Trump is pushing.
It is what they have. And for the moment, they're using it. That is to say, Republicans. Oriana González, Julia Manchester, great to have you with us. Remember, the candy does not eat itself.